Do you see? However
Oh,
far
hello.
you
We're just sort of...
stray, you will always return
You
to
turned
me.
into a peanut in the corner of my
Surrender,
vision there.
Raziel. Never!
No, I'm just... No,
Your
it doesn't
efforts are
work
wasted,
anymore.
Raziel. That weapon you bear, however endowed, remains only a wraith blade. It cannot touch me.
But I've done it several times in this room.
Be your prisoner.
You have no choice.
Sort of the
Your
point of a
task
prison.
is fulfilled. Kain has been cleared from the board, and this chamber made ready for my more malleable servants. There is nothing more for you to do.
I refuse to bend my will.
It has always been my will you satisfy, never your own.
You parasitic fraud. You are forced to imprison me because I possess free will.
You possess nothing. As you are undone,
Possessed a bunch of
your
corpses.
soul cannot be returned to the wheel. But it may console you to abide here in eternity with me. Mobius, my good servant, I call you to the place of our first meeting. Return to me here.
Very close, my eyeball goes. Oh! There's Avernus Catacombs! But he did a big death! How can this be so? Did you just do a Freddy Krueger?
I awoke to find myself in a shadowy realm. A disquieting stillness.
Ba, ba,
The
ba,
heart that had
ba,
been
ba, ba.
How is it possible that I still lived?
Will go first. This realm will render you hideous. You will go mad. You will not know it.
What is this place?
It's Walmart.
Day, vampire. But are we truly forgotten? This is the exile into which we were driven. But soon now, soon we will be free. We will be free.
And we've flopped some men behind you, so you are working for Silly Gordon. Oh, we serve the whims. Oh, you're gonna serve more than just a whim by the time I've whimmed you off. Oh, we've got to manage them without our expert sword now. Oh, curse it. Curse it today. So we're just sort of alive. And I don't think it's ever really explained how that was accomplished. We can just sort of manage, because we are the one chosen by balance, and balance, as we know, does not require having a heart in it. Alright, when have you ever seen an organic heart in a pair of scales? Never. Circus performers, no organs whatsoever. It's all just clockwork. Not a lot of people know that. It's an industry secret that I can share with you. Because of all the funny research I did. Sneaking through the shadows, learning things from the clowns. Oh, God. Leave me be, leave me be. Leave me be in the exile room. Oh, you've got to sod off. Come on, let me get the gauge up. I need my time powers. I always think of this place as the first place you get the time emblem, because while that isn't true, it always winds up being the first place I actually end up using the time power, because there's not really an opportunity before that, typically. There might be one that I keep missing, but I always think it's this. You flopped dead. Now an earthquake's happened and is letting us out of the building. Thank me for this. Out we go. Oh, the red portals. So those were the catacombs. We love that. And now we go somewhere else. So that was Oblivion that we went to, and now we're down in the
Strongly
pit of...
drawn, compelled even, not to linger here, but to go to the vampire citadel at once.
I just sort of knew to do this because destiny or some shit. We must go. I'm gonna climb out. Oh god, his climb is so slow. Alright, we're out. We're out of the place. There's a bone chair! We love it! Take my reward. You've spotted the bone chair. Here's your prize. We got a bloody hole in us, which I'm pretty sure is not where he yanked the heart from. But ho hum, we'll work it out later. As the old saying goes, have a cavity in your chest and work the rest out later. So let's... There's no need to linger while I'm still a singer. That's right, I can sing my songs. No comment on the... No. As long as one character has seen it, neither needs to Well. Yes. Time power! You are slow. You've been slowed... Okay, but my attacks don't stagger you always. And there's blue things raining. Don't you see? Don't you realise that while the blue rain exists, you can't even get me much. And away we go. I don't believe it. Sod off. Tablet for me. Tablet for me and funny prize. Funny prize, eat it up. Num 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 num. Tasty, tasty. Tasty? Sniffs. Tasty snakes. Snoodle. Sneedle. Oh, snoodle sneed. I want lightning. Lightning's the way. Lightning's how we get it. The boons of Zeus escape me underground. You'll never win where I am found. Oh yes. Even with your electric might, it pales in comparison to my own, and it's paler because it's like a light blue, whereas mine's a funny yellow. That's not at all what pale means, but in fact I think the colour of yours is like even slightly more vivid. But, you know what? Words can mean what I want them to mean in the Avernus Catacombs. There's no one down here with a dictionary being like, oh, actually, no. Because, as we established in a previous episode, nobody here can read. Because they've all just put masks on their face instead. As what they have been convinced is a substitute for reading. But that's not an affliction I share. I can go into any catacombs I want and correct people. But I don't, because ultimately I get nothing out of it. It minds not me what people say in the catacombs while I run away. I don't want to be that guy for the sake of it. I will only correct people on the things that matter, like... Sorry, I'm just trying to pass the organ tubes. Can't quite wrap my head around. The red glow has diminished. You fucks had better beware. Stop. Be all of you dead at once. There's no need for large numbers of priests to be alive up here. Okay. At minimum, you are a hindrance. The most generous assessment of priestly endeavours in this realm tonight. And go. Are you gonna... Yes, you are. Is there just... You can't... This can't be the infinite priest round. Not already. I thought we had so much more of the show to get through. Oh, it sneaks up on you. All the priests are sneaky. We only hire the sneakiest priests here on Channel 4. And this is why. It keeps you on your toes. And lift you up off your heels as well. They sneak up behind you and grab you, and then you're up in the sky. Almost. You would be if your toes weren't there. Be thankful for them. Without your toes touching the ground, God knows how far off the ground you'd be hovering. About a toe's length, I would imagine. Not that I've measured anyone's toes recently. I would never do that to someone. Let's fly over here, though. Oh, to the Vampire Citadel. I don't know why, but this one's fucking me up more than all the other one. Like, it just doesn't seem natural, the parallax involved.
I knew what ominous
Very
hour
worried.
this was in Nosgoth's history. For
Gee,
here
what
was
gave
the
it
event
away?
that had shaped my entire existence. I had cast my fate, refusing
Cast
the
it in.
sacrifice, damning the pillars, and founding my doomed empire upon their ruins. I would raise the Salafan priests to be my closest lieutenants, and would one day cast the strongest of them, my servant Raziel, into the abyss, dealing one last hand to play against fate. But in the end, had it made any difference? Had I misread the signs, as Mobius told me? In my arrogance, had I missed my cast at destiny?
You'll never go fishing for the Fate's design at this rate. You missed the one shot where you could have changed your fate. Oh, beans. Oh, beans on toast. Well, the least we can do is run at the foes who stop us and blow their nose. Oh, it's the end game. We're ending the game. We'd better go. We'd better hope that the way can be forward for way in the way in the way. So, yeah, we were very close to the end as it turns out. But I couldn't quite get there in time without it just engulfing the sandpit in a wheel of misfortunes. And that's unfair on the local children, to be quite honest. Certainly I don't think I would have wanted to rush through this any faster. Like, it was... I had such a bloody lead on scheduling videos to go up before October, and then because of all the double ups and whatnot, it's just been eviscerated now. I could have been so much more sensible about all of this, but no, I chose to tickle you, Elmo. Which was not a sensible decision for a man such as myself. You can't tickle Elmo without consequence. It wasn't an instruction, it was a threat. The toys are threatening our children, at last. Kick. I kick things when I want. Whenever I feel like kicking them. Here I go. Here we go up the place. Climby, climby, climby face. And through here. Or the long corridor of the finality of the end. Just one final tome for you to pick up. Why wasn't it there when Raziel was through here? We don't know. Bimbo Lumbus didn't put it there yet. He hadn't gone through. He's the one who brought Raziel into this room over here specifically. We don't know why he woke up down there when he was killed upstairs in a different tower. This seems weird. That would appear to be a big hole in the floor. absent of any squiddly blue, though. But there's a man I'm smiling at downstairs. Here's my heels for a moment to show that I jumped.
The Hilden are merely an inconvenient consequence.
Yeah,
They
there
will
we
be
go.
dealt with in time. It is a small
And time
price to
is my
pay
specialty, don't
for
forget.
Kain's death.
You're a bit premature.
Perhaps you should ask when the... Oh,
Is there
no.
a crack in your omniscience after all, Mobius?
Don't talk to me about cracks, you fuck.
First, your omniscience, and now your powers. You're slipping badly.
This is not possible.
The part of me that staff affected is no longer in its place. But you already knew that, didn't you? I always was considered heartless. And
He
now,
allowed his
Mobius,
heart to get ripped
it
out
is
just to
time
set up that
Kill
joke.
me? Again? Your only solution for every problem. Kill.
This is not a debate. You see, this time, you have nothing that I want.
The combination of that fucking challenge to Kain and
This
then
will matter.
him saying he's not debating you.
I serve
It
one
was just
who
too
has
real for
power
a second
over
there.
life and death.
Then go
My
to
nose is very close to you. Yeah, my nose is close to you, though, as well.
I am
You miscalculated.
his
It's
obedient,
the double-edged
his
snoot.
devoted servant. Soon, all pain will fade.
Oh, fuck,
and my
you're becoming
master
jagged.
will bring me life once more.
My eyes are still onions after all this time. Oh, the onions are separating! Oh, you should not have been that close if you were going to do that. Well, my hood's come off now. In goes. Oh. You got a real
Master,
problem with your
my
enemies standing
apologies.
behind you
A
of late.
momentary oversight. Somehow Kain still lives and has unexpectedly dispatched me. Make use of your good servant and
Oh,
go
shit!
to your master then. I release you to the wheel. Oh God! Do you see it
Oh
now?
god, that's cringe
The
as
monster that
fuck.
you served. Is this what you imagined when you worshipped it? No. And in that
Apparently him
knowledge,
being an octopus specifically was a deal
feed
breaker.
it. I release you.
The machinations I was down for, but tentacles? No. Not my thing.
Your petty actions are irrelevant, Raziel.
You say that about
Mobius
literally
was a good
everything.
servant, but he was of no further use. His long life had run its course. You see, even when you rebel, you are doing my will.
Perhaps. But something has changed, hasn't it? You didn't foresee Kain's return.
You have both traced your paths along the wheel. This is where the journey ends.
You haven't the means to kill either one of us.
Ah, but you can be stopped. And you will come to understand how oblivion can be a mercy. You and Kain will spend eternity buried here together, praying for the merciful release of a death that will never come.
How do you bury a ghost, dickhead?
But I was armed with newfound knowledge, and it burned within me.
Redeemer and Destroyer.
Mobius had never seen his master until the Soul Reaver purified his sight. Even the ancient vampires had no idea what it was they so
Squiggling very
righteously
quickly in the
worshipped.
background.
You must unite what has been set asunder.
All the conflict and strife throughout history, all the fear and hatred, served but one purpose: to keep my master's wheel turning. All souls were prisoners, trapped in the pointless round of existence, leading distracted, blunted lives until death returned them, always in ignorance, to the wheel.
The coin is still turning.
But what hope had there been? One cannot fight the unseen.
Only then will the Scion of Balance be armed for his true endeavor.
Despair, Raziel. There is no escape.
It was then I knew what I had to do. I alone could end this.
Always wanted a funny snake stick for war.
Kain,
Oh,
do you
no, you
so
don't.
enjoy death? Yes.
Raziel. No! Yes. This is how...
No! Raziel!
The Soul Reaver, pure of all corruption. This is what it is for. This is what I am for. The two become one. Both Soul Reavers together. And the Scion of Balance is healed. And I am not your enemy, not your destroyer. I am, as before, your right hand, your sword.
No, Raziel. This can't be the way.
And now you will see the true enemy.
Raziel. And it was then I saw.
So, I am revealed to you at last.
What in hell?
I am the origin of life, the devourer of death. I am the hub of the wheel, the purifying cycle to which all souls must be drawn.
Had I condemned Raziel to this nightmare when I cast him into the abyss?
You may ponder the future.
Your eyes aren't meant to go that wide, Octopus,
As you
sir.
spend a deathless eternity beneath a mountain of rubble.
Rubble you in a second if you keep wiggling at me like that.
You and your Soul Reaver will go equally mad as the eons pass. The Citadel of the Apostates will become your living tomb.
Your words are heartening. For you would not fear us unless we could truly do you harm.
No! You are nothing!
I've got more, look. More wiggly squims.
False God.
More.
This
Should maybe have
is
seen that
the
coming.
end. The final turn of your wheel.
Alright, it's the final fight against the big octopus today! So, yeah, it wasn't that there were two conflicting prophecies. They both came true, it just had to be in a particular order.
You will never break from the wheel
It
of
turns out, all this time... Oh, to stop an octopus, we must be confusing deliberately. We obfuscated it so much, even an octopus couldn't foresee this. Maybe we would have eventually explained how Kain's still alive, but sadly we never got the chance, because this really is it. Apart from, I think, some sort of... I don't know what you'd call it, but there was another Legacy of Kain project. After, should I be locking onto anything? Is your squiggly? I thought you only did 2 sweeps, but you did another. Whoa! You went an effect about you. Oh no! You smack the eyeballs! Smack the eyeballs right out the mouth! Oh, the capitalism! Oh, fliff. And like capitalism, it shoots big blue things out of an eye in the wall, in a hole in the floor, in a pit chamber. Oh, known hole in the floor, Jeff Bezos. Oh, one wonders why he needs so many bloody warehouses. He could just keep the goods beneath him.
I have endured your game long enough.
Oh, but it's not my game, don't you see? I'm the one playing it, turns out, video, haha. All we hear is video, haha. Stop. Stop being an octopus. I've had enough.
You will never defeat me, Kain.
I might defeat you, Kain. You never know. Stab him! Stab him! Don't take your limbs off! Right. Right, more eyeballs smack. This is a very satisfying smack of an eyeball of a false god. Oh, that one's green. Oh, well, shit me. Oh, the green ones just squiggle wherever they like. The blue ones don't care, but the green ones, they go. The blue ones are more effective for it. The more... Oh, well, put me in my big mouth. Oh, but what will you do now that I have 2 limbs? I mean, in fairness, it's not like you've not been getting hits in. How do I stop Benjamin Beans from seizing the means? No. No, I will not be a class traitor. Even if it is Benjamin Beans, my hated enemy. Oh. For all the differences we've had, fundamentally we are fighting the same enemy. Much like in the legacy of Kain Soul Reaver, and I will absorb Benjamin Beans into my sword one day so that I can see the octopus that's causing all the problems. Oh, Benjamin. Oh, Benjamin Beans, no. Benjamin Beans, you must accept it. Oh, I know it's difficult. I know you don't need 3 of them. What's 3 you're gonna do that you couldn't have done with what? Like, you're not even attacking with multiple at once. What's the benefit? There is none. You're just squiggling at me in a very sort of reminiscent of the vines in Batman Vengeance. It's going boop-ba-doop-ba-doop the music in a very particular way that I can't replicate right now off the top of my head because this is a stressful situation. I can't be remembering the Batman soundtracks of games in the past. Oh, eat that. Find the sand track in your own time, Tone of J.
I am the engine of life itself. The wheel will turn. The plague of your kind will be purged from this world. And on that inevitable day, your wretched, stagnant soul will finally be mine.
In the meantime, you'd best burrow deep.
My god, that octopus actually believes his own bullshit. Oh, hello. So I just get all the bonus material anyway? It doesn't even care that I got the tomes? The tomes are irrelevant. I mean, fair enough. Saves me having to just go pick up rocks.
The masks had fallen away. The strings of the puppets had become visible, and the hands of the prime mover exposed. Most ironic of all.
Oh no, the biggest irony right at the end.
Had given me. More powerful than the sword that now held his soul. More acute even than the vision his sacrifice had accorded me. The first bitter taste of that terrible illusion. Hope.
I hope you enjoyed looking at my teeth for a bit while I acknowledged you. So yeah, there was clearly more Amy Hennig. Woohoo! Thank you for Directive a Funny Thing. So yeah, there was clearly more planned. We don't know what Fate Janos' endgame was. Because this series has always had an issue with never really having the funding or the resources to do what it wanted to do in the end. And that finally caught up with it ultimately. Which is sort of weird to think in a way, because the original plan was for, like, at the end of Soul Reaver, Raziel just would literally originally have just wiped out all of the vampires using the big cathedral weapon. Do you remember, with all the spiders in it, it was originally like a super weapon to attack vampires with sound power, which I guess hurts them as well, and then is never really brought up as a thing again outside of that. So yeah, in a way, if they had actually done the full extent of what they had wanted to do, we might not have gotten the sequel that we did. Like, we might not have gotten my favourite game in the series. So, yeah, that was sort of a prime example of art being born from limitation, really, but the limitations finally got a bit too limiting, and Legacy of Kain disappeared off the face of the earth, apart from, I think, some sort of, like, multiplayer, team-based, like... Not like a MOBA, I don't think, because I'm not entirely sure what one is, if I'm being perfectly honest, but, like, it was like some sort of multiplayer game where you were vampiring off at each other. Like, something I know so little of, like, I've got a vague memory in my head of, like, some kind of brief clip of gameplay footage. I don't know its name. I never played it. I don't even know if a full release ever happened, to be honest. But, like, that was the last I ever heard of this series, and so I have this horrible feeling that just the publishers got to it. The rot seeped in. But, Pendleton's a good surname. Well done, you. But, yeah. Next October I'm probably gonna do Blood Omen 2. Because that's the one Legacy of Kain game that I've got left to cover. Like, I've gotten all the main ones that I wanted to do. I thought about maybe trying to get a hold of the original Blood Omen, which I've never played, but as it turns out, it is fucking expensive. So, like, there's a PS1 version. I could play it, technically, if I could acquire it, which isn't seeming hugely feasible. So, bit of a shame, but we can do 2 at least. So this is not the last we'll see of Kain, but this is the last we saw of Kain chronologically. Actually had enough to say to get through the full credits, but in fairness that seemed like a very short credit sequence. But there we go. That's one of the biggest series of my gaming life, my young gaming life, chronicled and done. You've put us on the pillars instead of Voradors. Has it been doing that every time? What am I? It's just not relevant information particularly. Well, there's sort of no point me hanging about here still. Tune in next time for something with fewer vampires in it, probably. Certainly I'd be confused if vampires ended up in Digimon World. Oh, I fucking forgot about my Otismon. Oh, fuck. How could I do that to him? Shit. Bye.